Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 in our European Journeyman series with Napoli. We are just about to head into the winter break. We've got one more game to go in December and then we'll start off on the 6th of January with a new transfer window open. So we'll take on Pescara Calcio first, where we're hoping to get a win against a 9th place team. Then it's Udinese, Lazio and Milan. So three very, very tough teams to be taken on in January. Now as far as the transfers go, we've got no money whatsoever. We have to sell to buy, but there's a chance that Perez might leave. At the moment nobody is interested in buying him, so he's just rotting away in the under-20s. But if we could shift him on, it might allow us to bring in another striker, which is the key thing I'm after right now. Otherwise the team isn't in too bad shape. We've certainly been well rested over the last week and will feel even better after the winter break, which will hopefully give us a better second half of the season than we've had first half of the season. For this game we are playing with Diabate up top. Bruma's going to move to the left so Asensio can be on the right. Castellano, Romero and Kubas are in the middle, with Traore, Gununi, Koulibaly and Husai the back four, Murray in goal. Bruma with the corner, sends it into the near post. It is cleared away. Viero with it. Ball sent over the top, and that was pretty much a shot there, that clearance. Bartoletti had to save it. Here's Romero on the ball, back to Koulibaly. Husai down the wing, cut out by Ria. Husai again, finds Asensio. Good tackle from the defender. Ria over to the keeper. Now Ferrari finds Luis. Capuani trying to find Gustavo. He's tackled by Gununi, but Viero picks it up. Mitrovsky back to Francini. Gustavo's in, but he's put it well wide. Viero. Ball tackled by Romero, but then given away. And here's Capuani in on goal. Murray with a good stop. Francini's corner, looking for the near post. Romero away, but only as far as Viero. Now Capuani's got a lot of space. He's not doing anything with it. He finally steps forward and just gives the ball away. Bruma's got an excellent counter-attack on. Castellano is free through the middle. He's managed to get to that poor pass. Asensio puts the ball over. Traore arriving. 5 in the box. Bruma in, and Romero is there. That was excellent counter-attacking football from the team. We got bodies in the box, we switched it from flank to flank, and we had the composure to find Romero to put it into an almost empty net. Capuani to Mitrovsky, now Viero to Francini. Looking to come forward. Puts the ball in, and Mitrovsky in there has put it over the bar, and if Pescara's shooting had been a bit better today, we could be well behind. Francini forward to Capuani. Tackle from Romero. We've got another counter-attacking a possibility here. Instead, he's taken a bit too long on the ball. Murray does launch it forward, but it's given away. Mitrovsky back to the defender. Put over the top. Koulibaly should get there. Murray back out, but won again by Pescara. Here's Rea looking to put the ball in, but it's headed out by Koulibaly. We're under a bit of pressure here. Viero into Mitrovsky. Viero again. Now Gustavo. Tackled by Gununi, and Castellano has it. Can we finally clear our lines? We can't. It's Capuani into Viero, and they found the top corner. And you could see that coming. We just could not get the ball away, and that was very good pressure from Pescara. Well, we've got 1 minute left of this first half to try and retake our lead. This has been a very even game up to this point. And here's Viero. Balbuena cuts it out. Koulibaly. Murray forward to Koulibaly again. Now Husai. Brings it down the right. Finds Asensio in a good position. A lot of space for him. He puts the ball in. And Bruma at the far post is there to volley it home right before half-time to make it 2-1. Bruma's free kick sent towards Koulibaly. His header's onto Gununi, who's there and onside to touch it home from a tight angle. 3-1 now, and we should be comfortable. Asensio. Loses the ball. Viero looking to launch a counter-attack with Gustavo. He plays it back to Ferrari. Ball over the top for Viero, who's in on goal. And what a strike that was. Murray halfway between the striker and the goal. And he just blasted it over him. Perfect finish. Just 12 minutes left as Pescara push for an equaliser. Ball punt in. Francini's found Gustavo, and there is their equaliser. We've got 10 minutes now to try and retake our lead, but Pescara have been a very formidable opponent. Well, there's under a minute of added time left, and I think it's going to end in a 3-all draw this game. You got to say, Pescara have deserved it. They've been very, very good, and they're still coming at us now. But we're at 3-1. We should not have conceded 2 goals. I'm not really sure what the problem was. Maybe we could have gone defensive, but I'm always wary of doing that. But here is Capuani, puts it into Gustavo. It might not be over. Koulibaly with a very important last-minute tackle. Here's Selassie. Ball pushed forward, full-time whistle about to go. There it is, 3-3 this game finishes. 2 more dropped points, and this is not what we need if we're going to try and catch Juventus. I think that chance has maybe gone. 12 points off them, 13 points off them now. We're down in 4th place, just 2 points clear of Inter Milan, and our focus has to switch just to qualifying for the Champions League. We are now the other side of the winter break, and we're also into the transfer window, and I've got to say there's quite a lot of things going on at the moment, which I'm not going to go into in too much detail because I only like to tell you about what's happening once they're done. Otherwise we'll be talking for ages about all the options we've got. All I will say at the moment is that Perez is on his way out to a team that I don't want to sell him to. Koulibaly may also be leaving because a club has come in and he's on quite high wages, and we've got a lot of good young central defenders who aren't playing. So they're the 2 big names who could be gone by the time we get to our next match. But there are 2 great players out there that I am desperate to sign, but I can't bring them in unless I make room in both the transfer and wage budget. I'm not going to say who they are, but I know for a fact that you will all love them if I can bring them in. But first off, we need to beat Udinese because we're on a pretty poor run of form overall. Our first half of the season is usually a little bit dire, and we tend to do better in the second half of the season. So I'm hoping that's true again this season. We have got Santa Maria back after 2 months out. He is back up top, which means Diabate can play on the right with Bruma on the left. It's then Castellano, Asensio and Kubas in the middle, with Traore, Koulibaly, Mancini and Husai, the back 4, Murray in goal. Free kick for us, Asensio over to Koulibaly. He then pushes it forward to Castellano. Ball out wide to Traore. 3 in the box to aim at. He pulls it into Bruma. Ball ricochets away but is cleared by the defender. Now Roland looking to come at us. Ryder Matos loses out to Kubas. Diabate into Kubas again. Just hanging on to the ball, finds Castellano. He picks out Santa Maria. Ball out to Bruma. He brings it down, takes a step forward, puts it inside, and it's deflected, and it's gone in. It's an own goal from Nabulin, who has just touched it over his own line. I mean, Santa Maria was arriving anyway. It was a difficult situation to find himself in, but we've done well and taken the lead. Patarello looking to come at us. He finds Venuti. Ball in to Caprari. Out wide to Nabulin, Ryder Matos back to Nabulin, he puts it across, and Patarello arriving has finished off that excellent counter-attacking move from Udinese, and we have once again thrown away a lead. Nabulin into Alexandra Jose, now Balic to Caprari, Zuccolini onto Ryder Matos, ball in, and we're 2-1 down. Balic has finished it off, and we just cannot defend right now. I mean, maybe it's Koulibaly's age, maybe it's Mancini, we are missing Granuni today, but I don't know what it is. We just keep throwing away leads at the moment. Well, once again, it looks like we've completely failed. 16 shots today, 1 on target. You can tell where I'm trying to strengthen in this transfer window. I mean, we are missing Raimundo more than I thought it was possible to actually happen. I mean, when we brought in Santa Maria, I thought he'd have a bigger impact than he has. I mean, fair enough, he's been injured for a while, but we've now dropped down to 6th place and are 16 points off Juventus. This is becoming a real challenge, and if this poor form continues, I could well be out of a job. Well, there has been some transfer activity. Anthony Perez has left the club. He is no longer with us. He left for £30 million, but he went to AC Milan, which is the one thing I really didn't want to happen. But nobody else wanted him, and we needed the cash because there was no point letting him just sit in the reserves forever. I mean, he left because he wanted a pay rise, and he's only got a pay rise of about 23 grand. He rejected our offer of 125 grand, so he's had to leave the club for less money than we offered him. It's absolutely ridiculous, that entire situation. but his finishing was terrible. He wasn't great as an inside forward. And the man we've brought in, we know how good he is. We have signed Thomas Lamar, the legend from Monaco. Absolutely incredible that we were able to bring him in. We got him for just £12 million as well. He was even on the transfer list. He's not had the best time since we left Monaco. I mean, we left in the 22-23 season when he was still doing alright. He had the lung injury layoff the year before that, and he had that one sensational season for us where he got a 7.81. I'm hoping he can rediscover that form. I think he's got a lot of potential that is not being used at the moment. With a bit of regular first team football, I can see him really becoming a top quality player. He's only rated at 3-star by my assistant manager, but I think he'll easily go up to 4, if not 5-star, if he gets a few good performances under his belt. Now, you notice I was also trying to sign Alvaro Morata. He was about to leave on a free at the end of this season from Monaco, and I really wanted to sign him, but his wages were, well, they were 220 grand a week, and Milan took so long to sign Pires that he signed a new contract with Monaco before I could get in there and offer him a low transfer fee to bring him in immediately. And subsequently, I've tried to sign him, but I just don't have the cash to bring him in. So he is now a missed opportunity, but he would have fixed all of our problems. If we'd have been able to bring in Lamar and Morata, got the band back together again, I really think we could have turned this season around. Now we're solely reliant on Thomas Lamar doing the job, but hopefully he will be able to do that. He's going to come in on the right-hand side of the front three with Santa Maria and Bruma continuing. Castellano, Asensio and Kubas are in the middle with Traore, Koulibaly, Mancini and Husai in the back four. And we desperately need some Lamar magic to win this game. Husai wins the ball, now Asensio to Santa Maria. It's Thomas Lamar, our first look at him at the Napoli shirt, and he's been absolutely scythed down, and he's won us a red card for the opposition. That is not a bad first highlight for Thomas Lamar at the club. I was slightly worried he was going to die in that tackle, but fortunately he's not injured. And Castellano's through on goal, and he's found the gap as well. We've got the lead against 10-man Lazio. Murray with the free kick finds Mancini. Ball sent out wide to Traore. Now Bruma into Castellano. Asensio. Ball back to Castellano. Now Traore. Just a little pocket of space there. Bruma out to Traore. A bit more room for him. He puts the cross in. Santa Maria's header comes to Thomas Lamar. And he's done it on his debut. He scores goals. He creates goals. And he's going to turn this season around. I can't even keep it in. I'm having to cough. Absolutely sensational. I'm so happy to have Thomas Lamar in our team. Husai wins the ball from the throw-in, but it's back with Lazio. Now Pellegrini finds Benassi. Pellegrini again. Into Munoz. Batshuayi. Back to Pellegrini. Ball down the right-hand side with Azawi. Nice passing here from Lazio. Batshuayi's got a ball into Benassi, but Murray comes out to claim it. That was a nice little move. I was just watching the passes. Neat little interplay. But here's Thomas Lamar. He puts the ball into Santa Maria, who puts the ball over for Bruma. He's cutting across the goal, and he's hit the post. Husai picks up the loose ball and wins the corner. Husai with the throw into Asensio. Now Castellano finds Santa Maria, cutting inside, finds Bruma, and there is the bottom corner. 3-0, and this is a win that we really needed. Oh, Lamar has stolen the ball from the Lazio defence. He's in on goal, and Lamar has scored again. That is the difference he makes. He is such a good player. The game is so underrating him at the moment. That was entirely of his own doing. He's just latched onto a defender's poor control and hammered the ball in for 4-0. Bruma loses the ball. It's sent over to Pellegrini. Been pulling the strings for Lazio today. Munoz to Batshuayi. Now Munoz is in, but he's put it wide. Well, the full-time whistle's about to go, and Thomas Lamar, on his debut, has had an instant impact. Look at those match stats. That is what we needed. 2 goals for Lamar on his debut as well. Absolutely sensational stuff. The morale has lifted immediately, and we're back into the top 4 as well. That is the perfect impact that we needed ahead of this episode. Last game of this episode is a big one. We're away against AC Milan and against Pires, who moved there. So this will be a very interesting game. But there is a bit more transfer news to tell you about. And that is that we have sold Kuro for up to £21 million to Guangzhou Evergrande, he's gone from about 60 odd grand a week to 300 grand a week. That was a huge step up for a player that we weren't even really using, so I had no qualms about letting him go. And hopefully we do get the full complement of £21 million. We've now raised a lot more money than we've spent this season, but the board has held on to a lot of that cash, which has been quite frustrating because we've not been able to reinvest it in the squad as much as I would have liked. That said, there is £16 million and 200 grand a week in the budget, so I'm sure there will be one player at least joining us before the end of this window. But at the moment, we need to focus on this game against Milan. There is just one other little side plot to tell you about. The Koulibaly saga is ongoing at the moment. He wanted a new contract. There was a dispute over that. I told him he wasn't getting one. He said he was happy about that, and then the squad came and said they were unhappy about his treatment. And then after I managed to get the squad on side, he then said he was homesick, he wanted to leave, and he then rejected a transfer from Barcelona. So I'm a little bit confused as to what he really wants. I've tried to shift him. Nobody wants him now after Barcelona failed to sign him, so he's just still in the team, but I just don't know what to do with him. I think he's just going to have to sit there until he becomes unhappy. That said, he is going to be useful at right back today with Husai missing. Mancini and Pacheco are the two in the centre with Husai at left back. Kubas is in the centre with Asensio and Castellano, and then it's Bruma, Lamar and Diabate up top because Santamaria not fully fit. Husai with the throw into Diabate. Players in the middle for him. He's going on a nice run. He's picked out Asensio, and the shot has deflected into the bottom corner. It's gone down as Asensio's goal, but a bit of good fortune for us there has given us the lead. Diabate onto Thomas Lamar, cutting inside. He finds Castellano. Ball into Bruma, who's in on goal, but straight at Donnarumma. Header won by Mancini. Castellano to Asensio, looking over the top. It's come back to Asensio. Now Koulibaly. Can he find Lamar? It's Castellano who does. Now Asensio again, over the top for Koulibaly. Can he put it back? He puts it in, and it's cleared away by the defender. Kubas back to Koulibaly. Can he try again? He pulls it across. Asensio in a great position, strikes it, and again Asensio's shot is deflected in off Idrissa Diabate this time, and we're 2-0 up. Turon coming forward, ball cut out by Castellano. We just look hungrier today. Here's Husai forward to Bruma. Into Diabate. He's got Thomas Lamar to his right if he needs him. He's going on his own. Diabate. He's in on goal. What a goal from Diabate that is. Absolutely fantastic run, going past several players and then finishing it in the bottom corner for 3-0. Clement in to Zaragoza, but Asensio cuts it out. Here's Husai back to Murray. He pushes it forward to Mancini. Ball over the top for Thomas Lamar. Cutting in from the right. Ball cut out. Here's Castellano though, on to Diabate. He's got Bruma making a run. He's looking for Lamar, cut out by the defender. Donnarumma forward. Koulibaly wins the header, but again, AC Milan cut out the ball. Locatelli forward to Torone. Now Rafinha. Back to Jorginho. Locatelli, Rafinha. Little triangles being played here by AC Milan. It's Zampono who finds Divock Origi. He's still got that pace. He puts it into Rafinha, but Murray with a good save. Free kick for Lamar, edge of the area, he's hit the woodwork, and Bruma has missed an open goal. That was horrendous from Bruma, but it's worth remembering how many goals Thomas Lamar got from free kicks when we were at Monaco. Nearly got his third in 2 appearances, but he has had such an impact on the team since coming in, lifting their morale so much and contributing on the pitch as well. It's now 3-0 away from home against AC Milan after beating Lazio as well away from home. It's been just absolutely fantastic these last 2 games, and there's the full-time whistle. A clean sheet as well in there. Just unbelievable. The turnaround in the team since we brought Lamar in. He's really had a huge effect, and we remain 1 point above Inter Milan. AC Milan well down in 10th place, and we're looking pretty good. We're still 11 points off Juventus, but if we can keep up the excellent second half to the season that we traditionally have at this club, we could be looking at a comfortable Champions League finish. Well, there is confirmation that after that defeat to Udinese, we have picked up 2 very important away wins, and next time out we've got home games against Avellino 1912, Chievo away against Crotone, and at home against Ternana Calcio. 4 games that we should be winning, especially after 2 away wins as good as the last 2 have been. Thomas Lamar is an absolute revelation, so drop a like in the video if you're glad to have Thomas Lamar back in this series. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see if this little upturn in form will be sustained for the rest of the season. But until next time, see ya!